Good evening, Year 7. This is Mrs. Suggett, and I'm delivering your flipped home learning. So now you can see me, so you can show all your parents what I look like. So hopefully I don't look too bad this evening. So as you can see, this is the home learning instructions that I gave you today. I want you to watch this flipped video, and all of this work is in preparation of you creating a very short newspaper article, just like the summary article we read in class, for your own superhero, for something your own superhero did. Okay? While I've got all of your attention, I just want to show you something that I think you would be really interested in. I found this amazing video on YouTube. I YouTubed What Makes a Hero, and this video came up, Matthew Winkler. For those of you who wanted to do a little bit of research on your big question, this is a really, really good place to go to watch this, feel inspired, and it will help prepare you for later on in our half term for our unit. Okay, so moving back to our homework. You have 3 tasks that I would like you to do for your homework. Let's just move this straight again. 3 tasks. Task number 1, create your superhero. Okay, this is the first thing you need to do. Now, in our previous lessons, we agreed that there were 5 conventions that governed every creation of every superhero. Your superhero must have a costume, must have a superpower, must have a name, a symbol, and a background. So the first thing you need to do for your homework is actually create your superhero. And that is going to look like this. Alright, I'm going to do exactly what I want you to do. So I'm going to create my superhero. First of all, I need a superhero. Now this is very rough, okay, so don't judge me on my drawing. I'm going to have, yeah, this looks good. I'm just going to have little ears and a tail. So my superhero is going to be Catgirl. Girl. Ta-da! So, let's go back to our conventions, because I've already forgotten what my superhero needs to have. So, I have a costume, it's all black. Superpower, name, symbol, and background. Okay, let's go back to this. So you would be doing the same here. You would be on a 1 page in your book creating your superhero. A quick sketch. I've got my name. That's good. My costume is very simply all black. So I'll just draw a little arrow. My costume is all black, and it has to make sure she has a tail. Got to have the tail, and it has to have the ears. Alright, so that is my costume. Costume, name, superpower. I need to make a note of her superpower. Let me think. What could Catgirl do? She can, oh, I know, when she falls, she always lands on her feet. And she has 9 lives. That's my superpower. 9 lives and her feet. You know what I mean, she lands on her feet. Okay, so, name, costume, superpower. She needs a symbol. Okay, this is going to be my symbol for Catgirl. So it's going to be that. I think I'm going to do, I know, a paw. Ta-da! And they have those little things there. That is my symbol. It's very bad. But my symbol is a paw, and it'll be like in black, because it'll suit her costume. Now, some background. We agreed that the background has to be something about their past, gives them a little bit of context, maybe where they're from. My Catgirl, she lived with 100 cats, and one day she got bit by a cat, and that turned her into a super cat girl. Ta-da! So what I've created here, or I know it's really, really rough, is essentially what I want you to do for your first piece of homework. Very simply, create your superhero. Okay. Number 2, you need to think of an event that happens to your superhero, just like the newspaper article that we read together. So task number 2, can you see that? Plan the event. If we're going to write a short newspaper article just like this one on Monday, you obviously have your superhero now, but now you need to think of the thing that your superhero does. Your superhero has to have provided a service or saved somebody, just like the headlines we were thinking about in our lesson. Wait there and let me give you an example. So I'll do this before we get to practice. This is my cat PK. Say hi, PK. He's a bit upset. Now PK wanted to give me an idea of something my cat girl could do. What do you think? Okay. He said a really good thing for my cat girl to do, a really courageous act, could be saving a cat from a tree. And that could be the event that I write about and I talk about in the newspaper article that I'm going to produce on Monday. So you go and have a hunt around, talk to your friends, talk to your parents. What kind of heroic act could your superhero do that could be written up in a short newspaper article? So that's homework number 2. Plan the event. Remember, all of this is in notes because we're going to use it all on Monday. Now, number 3 is, oh rubbish, you can't see it. Prepare your notes. And this is where the tricky stuff comes in, okay? In your homework, I explained that there are 3 levels of developing your notes. If you want to get to level 4 in your writing, you will need to write in a way that is very formal and informed. Okay, if you want a level 5, you're going to have to write in a way that explains in more detail what the event is and gives consistent evidence, so a bit more detail. If you're looking for a level 6 or above, you need to write in a way that is entertaining, descriptive and exciting. So I'm marking you at this stage on the content of your work and how appropriate and engaging it is. And let me explain a little bit more about that. If you would like to work towards a level 4, your primary focus is writing to inform, okay? If you're going to write your article that is informative and formal, you will need to use these features. You will need to have formal language, which means you're not writing in slang. You must have proper words. You must have fully expressed words. You will need to inform the reader about who is involved, what happened, when, where and why. You must use connectives. You can use facts and statistics. You can, added in that, include topic sentences in your work, experts' opinions and a range of information. If you want your article to get a level 4, you need to use these devices to write to inform. So your homework then, in preparing your notes, means you need to write some notes about these things for your article. Okay. Next, if you want a level 5, you're going to look to explain. Explaining is a little bit more detailed. You need to, in your article, explain why something has happened and how something has happened. So that needs a little bit more detail, a bit more of a background story, rather than just saying what's happened. You need to give examples and evidence to prove what's happened. And it also says here you can use facts and statistics and use connectives. You could also, if you wanted to, for a level 5 article, have a calm and authoritative tone, use anecdotes and details. So if you want a level 5, you will need to be preparing notes that include these features for your newspaper article. Okay? Now, for a level 6 and above, a little bit more different. We're looking at not just to give information and explain what's happening, but to entertain, describe, and engage your reader. In order to do this, in your newspaper article, you need to use similes and metaphors that are developed. You need to use the senses. Try and use adjectives and adverbs, personification if you can, but you mustn't turn it into a story. It must still sound like a newspaper article, and that includes the features we discussed in lesson. You could also have, if you wanted to really push it, alliteration. Embellish the sentences, create lots of description in the sentences, humour, irony and satire, and maybe have some semantic fields, like words that all fit under the same umbrella. So, if you want to get, or try to work towards a level 6 in terms of your content, you will need to prepare notes for your newspaper article that include these features, all of these features. So let's go back to our homework and let me recap. Stage 3 of your homework is literally prepare some notes. As you can see that. You're not going to write your newspaper article at home. You are simply going to write down some ideas of the things you could say in your newspaper article, whether you want a level 4, a level 5, or a level 6. And just like I've explained, these devices are the sorts of things you will use. This if you want a level 4, this if you'd like a level 5, and these if you would like a level 6. Okay. I think that is everything I need to tell you. Just to put your home learning back on. Again, you're not writing anything big. We're going to do a big writing session on Monday. You are simply going to bring your hero notes, your notes and your mind maps for your article to Monday's lesson. Right. Looking forward to it. Let me give you a thumbs up. Yay! See you on Monday, guys. If you have any questions, email me or speak to me. Alright, bye.